diagnosis of young onset dementia in Australia, according to Journal Sage Pub. Welcome to Serenity Alzheimer's and Dementia Research. My name is Alicia A. Reed, educator, owner of Serenity Alzheimer's and Dementia Training, LLC. Thank you for being here today. I want you to know that early onset dementia is a disease in which symptoms of dementia appears in age before 65, okay? Internationally, young onset dementia accounts for up to 9% of all dementia cases, according to the World Health Organization. And this data was found in 2020. A recent symbolic review of 95 studies found that there were a global prevalence of childhood dementia. Yes, there is a such thing as childhood dementia. 119 cases per 100,000 population in a young child, which was a female from age 30 to 64. That's a good bit. Also, Alzheimer's dementia disease has also been found in Down syndrome from birth, but I will record that on another live. So the study shows that for many people to be diagnosed, they started off in childhood research in dementia. They looked at the symptoms of the child every day, even going into adulthood, but just being young, not just actually a young child, but starting as age as 40, 50. They look at when they're driving, like their memory, how fast they are in their movement, and critical thinking, making decisions while driving was a big factor. They look at them having poor comprehension, as I said, their memory issues, difficulty in speaking, their forgetfulness. And all 25 participants in this research, the early onset in dementia presented was two or more that had two or more of these symptoms. They looked at their work performance was affected. They had inability to process information. They couldn't plan well. They wasn't able to take actions. They had problems with tasks that were previously going smoothly. The participants reported these symptoms gradually had gotten worse over time. Their daily living had changed. They could no longer be ignored. Like everyone was able to see the changes in their cognitive skills. So there was no explanation for it at first. Everything has seemed to be hidden with it. Participants were prompted to seek medical help, which made them feel very poorly of their cognitive skills. So one with early onset dementia has said that they struggle to fulfill the duties. This was a guy that was a handyman. He wasn't able to fulfill his duties. There was another participant who practiced law. That's huge. And they made some mistakes in the field of work. Oh my gosh, just imagine someone working in the law field and they're making mistakes. Somebody's freedom could be at stake. It is very critical to get checked out as soon as you possibly can. They made poor driving decisions as well. There was a caregiver who made poor driving decisions as they was transporting someone. One caregiver had a child that had dementia. She was a driver and she was making poor decisions while driving. She drove erratically. She didn't remember where she was. She didn't remember the routes. Another symptom was they didn't have the motivation. They had social withdrawal. They had speech issues and was not clear in speaking. I want you to think, what's the word called when you have trouble speaking? Um, I want you to think of what that word is and post it in the comments. Some caregivers have reported that they work with people that were still considered to be in their childhood. They tried to conceal it, disguise it. They didn't want anyone to know that they had a form of dementia. Many people that have childhood dementia are reluctant to ask for help. They are unwilling to give up. They have problems that become very critical. They experience personal events, depression, stress. You always blame yourself. That's one finding. They always blame themselves when they make mistakes. A person with childhood dementia becomes very defensive. There was a spouse that had their partner that expressed onset early dementia, and they were standing in front of a firing squad because they was in denial that they had dementia. They had anger very bad, so they was getting fired, and they was not able to handle the employer saying, we know for sure with research and with the signs and with calling a health professional that you are having dementia symptoms. And so you are not able to work on the job because of your dementia symptoms. They did not take that well. They was resistant to admit that they had dementia. They still was fired. They did get properly diagnosed. That's why you really need to be getting diagnosed when you start to have memory issues that start to become recurrent. You really need to go and have yourself checked out. It is very, very, very important to have yourself checked out. Please have yourself checked out. So most of the time it's being said that the caregivers that's working with someone is able to find the signs. This is coming from those that are young, that's having a caregiver. Even if you're in your 30s, 40s, and you have a caregiver for some reason, a caregiver is still responsible to look at your overall health. And so these caregivers have made reports in this research study that I'm sharing with you on today. So caregivers, thank you. Please look at a person's overall health, but you don't want to be telling them that they're becoming forgetful. You just need to report it to someone, report it to another family member. If you're taking them to the doctor, report it to the doctor, but it's not something that I would do in their face. Try to find a way to do it where they don't know that you're making that report on them. In daily life, it can become frustrating and give you anxiety for the caregiver and for the client that you're taking care of. So you just have to know how to work with this transition of someone that has dementia or being diagnosed with dementia. Okay, so they fear that their personality and their behaviors are changing when they get older, which is true, even though this is for someone that's early, but they fear that it's going to happen when they get older. But in this situation, is happening when they're younger. So you have to learn how to cope, how to transition with them. It's very important. Some caregivers do not want to face the possibility of giving the bad news. Okay. So, like I was saying, you have to know how to express it to them when they do start to worry and question. That means they're starting to know that they have a change in their thinking, in their memory. So it's nothing wrong with talking to them about it. If they've become aware of it, it's okay to share it. You just need to know how to address them. Okay. You need to know how to address them with this. So you don't want to just throw in the towel to them. You want to be very cautious how you handle this with them. Um, it is very, 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 very important to get tested to make sure that your mind is working properly. Once you start to find that you're having repeated issues, when you start to have repeated problems with your thinking, with your memory, you're getting a fog brain. It is very critical to go get checked out by your primary. You definitely need to see a neurologist. That's who's going to tell you if you have an issue with your brain at all. You need to see a neurologist. You need it to be stated. What is your diagnosis? What is the problem that is going on? Many people have dementia early or when you get older and you do not know. You need to have a proper diagnosing. It is very critical. It is very important to have a proper diagnosis. You need to have a proper diagnosis. Okay? You really need to have that. Go to the doctor and get properly diagnosed by a neurologist. You need to be working with the brain doctor to find out. Your primary cannot tell you if you do or not. You need to be under a neurologist, okay? When this happens, even if it's not dementia and it's some other type of brain disorder, you're still going through a neurologist, okay? You are still going to go through a neurologist. To find support, Serenity Alzheimer's and Dementia Training is there for you. It's here for you. You can Google Serenity Alzheimer's and Dementia Training and find the company. You can find all the platforms that's available. You can find all the platforms that is available for support. I give free support on Tuesdays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time live. If you cannot make it live, go to the Serenity Alzheimer's and Dementia Training Facebook page, search for videos, and you can see the recent video, and you can see the recent video where you can go and post on the video your questions and concerns. I will reply back to you. But if it's on a Monday, you can't use the previous chat. You have to wait until Tuesday, or either you can get in the Serenity Alzheimer's inbox and I will reach out to you from there. After you've had some sessions free and it's not Tuesdays, it will become a paid consultation where you would have to go to the website to purchase a consultation, follow the directions in the sales checkout to get booked, and then it will be sending you to come to the page to actually book the appointment. Serenity is there for you. There's free support in the Serenity Alzheimer's Facebook group as well. And you can reach me on LinkedIn as well. But just going to the website gives you all the social links that you need. But I'm just telling you how to reach me for free live, where you can lively get their questions answered. Even through coming through the inbox, we can set it up where we still can talk. And once we've had some free sessions, it will become paid sessions. Even if you just want to learn, there's courses on the website that you can pay for and learn. You can just be a part of the Serenity Facebook page, and there's free learning there. Stay in the group. There's free learning there. There's free learning on all the social platforms. Please go to YouTube. On YouTube, every Thursday, like today, I release some research study that you can go and find out about. It's always on the Serenity Alzheimer's and Dementia Training social media pages. I drop the YouTube videos there, and also you can just follow the YouTube channel, Serenity Alzheimer's and Dementia Training, and you can see all the videos that's ever made for training purposes. Also, I want to tell you that according to the Alzheimer's organization, most people get a diagnosis of dementia, some type of dementia, between the ages of 40 and 50. Okay, not just in Australia, that's just broadly. Okay, so for support, you can call 1-800-272-3900. Again, 1-800-272-3900, and you can go to alz.org and to find your area of support if you need to get support within your area. But just broad knowledge, broad education, come to Serenity Alzheimer's and Dementia Training, LLC. Okay, you can Google the company and you can find all the platforms that's available. You can find the blog, etc. Is there for you. So I appreciate your time, and I pray this video blesses you and help you on your journey. If you have been diagnosed with dementia, you're working with someone with it, I wish you well on your journey.